Okay, well, hey everybody, welcome to this new consultant training video. If I haven't met you in person yet, I am Stacey Kraft and I am your new Mary Kay Sales Director, and I could not be more excited to have you as a part of our winning team in Mary Kay. And so one of my favorite things to do is to work with new consultants and train you and help you get started in growing your business. And so I'm super excited that you guys are all here. I am recording this, so I would encourage you to take notes because Mary Kay always said the faintest ink is better than the most retentive memory. So I would encourage you to take notes, but do know that I will have the recording up later. If you or one of your new team members missed this, then you can go back and you can watch it or listen to it. So our topics for tonight is really getting you started in your business, getting you started in your new consultant business. And so what we're going to talk about are the 3 P's. P as in pink, the 3 P's. That is what gets you started in your Mary Kay business. And so the 3 P's stand for, the first P stands for perfect or power start. The second P stands for pearls of sharing. And the third P stands for product decision. And tonight we're going to spend most of our time on getting your perfect and power start going. We're going to talk a little bit about how the Pearls of Sharing program works. And then the product decision is typically a conversation that I have with new consultants individually. So some of you have already done that and some of you haven't. And we'll make sure that we take care of that over the coming days if you have not done that yet. So let's get started. So basically, as a Mary Kay consultant, your job is to teach. We teach people about great skincare and makeup application, and as a result, we sell products and we build a business. And so if you approach this with a teaching mindset or with people trying the product mindset, I believe you're going to be really, really successful. And so you're going to learn over the next, 4 to 6 weeks how to teach people about the products and how to teach people about the opportunity. Because that's really what we do over and over again. We teach people about products and about the opportunity. And so the first P that we talked about is your perfect or power start. And let me explain what that is. A perfect or power start is the way that you get really good at sharing the products with people and teaching people about the products. A perfect start is to practice on 15 faces in 15 days. A power start is to practice on 30 faces in 30 days. And like everything in Mary Kay, there's a prize for it. We have a fun little, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alex and Ani bracelets. Like, I love them. So I have a little wristful right here. We have a fun Alex and Ani like perfect start and power start bracelet where you can add a little charm every month. And when you complete your first one, then you receive your first bracelet and your first charm, and you can add to it every month. So when you see some of the girls in our unit going around with a lot of charms on their arm, it's because they're building a really great Mary Kay business. And so you don't have to practice on 15 faces in 15 individual appointments. If you do like 3 parties of 5 people, then that is 15 faces, right? Or 6 parties of 5 people, that's 30 faces. So it's not individual appointments. But one of the first things that I'm going to encourage you to do is set a goal for which one of those you want to go for. Do you want to do 15 faces in 15 days, or do you want to do 30 faces in 30 days? Now, my personal preference, and it's totally up to you, is that you would shoot for 30 faces in 30 days because it just gives you a little bit more time. You get more practice. We have more time to connect, like during the process, and say, how's it going? Okay, this happened, or you know what I mean? Like, just to coach through it. But you can do whichever one you want because we're going to celebrate you either way. So let's talk about the steps to get that going. Step number 1 to get your perfect or power start going is to create your contact list. And you may have already done that, and if you have, woo-woo for you, you're one step ahead. But on your contact list, write down the names of everybody that you know with skin. And don't think, would they buy it? Just think, would they try it? I think a lot of times we put too much pressure on ourselves and too many expectations on other people when we try to decide whether or not they would buy Mary Kay. And what you really want to be thinking is, has she tried Mary Kay with me? Has she tried Mary Kay with me? And be adding like people to try Mary Kay with you. I need to get up and shut my doors real quick because my kids are getting ready to come home from baseball practice. So hold on just a minute. So if you hear something in a minute, it's everybody coming home from baseball. Okay, so just think like, not would she buy it, but would she try it? And I'll tell you guys what, like Mary Kay always said, don't go into an appointment with dollar signs in your eyes. And I don't believe that any of you are, you know, doing that or anything. But if you can just trust the process and let people try the products and learn the process of sharing the products with people, doing with them, you don't have to do it to them, doing with them what you do every day. And then you can learn to close the appointment, which we're going to talk about like in one of our next trainings, then you're going to get good results. You're going to sell products. You're going to book future appointments. When I started Mary Kay 18 years ago, I didn't know how to do this, but I could be a really good student. And I remember saying, like they said, are you coachable, teachable, and trainable? And I thought, I can learn anything that somebody will teach me how to do. And I learned I learned the skills in Mary Kay. There's like 5 basic skills that you really need to learn. And I learned those skills and I mastered them. And 18 years later, that's like what has helped us be so successful. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to teach you those skills. And I love the fact that we have this Zoom because you guys some of you aren't even local to me. So we can connect and we can learn and here we are. Yay. So you make your contact list of everybody that you know with skin. Then the second thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your Mary Kay date book, or maybe a different date book if you use a different one, but I would encourage you just to use one date book. Like don't use 2 or 3 because it gets too crazy. And I'm still a paper date book person. I've tried to use my phone calendar and it just doesn't register the same with my mind. But if it works for you, then that's totally fine. Now, you will be my new best friend if you highlight your date book. So I love to highlight my date book. Can you see that? See those green X's on there? So that helps my brain so much know when I want to hold my appointments. So if I'm booking an appointment with Claire and I say, and we're going to go over a booking script in a few minutes, but if I'm booking an appointment with Claire and I say, what's better for you, like during the week or on the weekend, then I just have to look in here and find where I have green X's and tell her what I have available. It really, really helps me control my schedule, because what if Claire said, well, I can do it on, like, what about Monday the 13th? Well, Monday is my unit meeting and I never ever want to miss my unit meeting. Or what if she said, well, what about Sunday the 19th? Well, I don't have any green on Sunday. It just lets me control my schedule. You know what I mean? Like, you don't book on top of anything else. So as you're planning this process, in your Mary Kay date book is a week at a glance page like this, or there is, where is it? This month at a glance. I don't use this one, but it's the whole month. And so if you can do whichever one you want, but you can go through and mark the times in advance when you'd like to hold your appointments. Now, even if you say, well, I have all day on Saturday, like I could do it anytime, I would still recommend that you go through and maybe pick your preference. Like I want to do 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock or something like that, because it lets you know what to offer people. So I would pick your preference on that. And you can look at your next 30 days and decide when you want to hold your appointments and how many. And some people do hold all of their appointments on a Saturday or a Sunday, which I've never even heard of until I've been in Mary Kay for a number of years. Like, just nobody ever told me. But I thought, that's really smart, because if you're dressed up and ready to go, you can just go hold 2 or 3 appointments in a day. And if you were going to take a part-time job someplace, that's what you would do, right? Like, they'd have you work all day Saturday or all day Sunday, so you can hold Mary Kay appointments all day on those days. But you can do it however it fits your schedule. However it fits your schedule is totally fine. So let's talk about booking. And booking is no more than scheduling appointments. And every professional person in the world schedules appointments. Doctors, dentists, massage therapists, nail technicians, hairstylists, everybody schedules appointments. And the one thing that I think is beautiful about Mary Kay is that we're the ones who initiate scheduling appointments. I mean, if somebody does hair then typically somebody has to call the salon and schedule that appointment. So you're kind of waiting on that. But in Mary Kay, you're scheduling your appointments. And I love that we have kind of an upper hand in that, I think, or that we get to initiate. So I want to show you a couple of scripts that work really well for scheduling appointments. But before I show you those, let me go back and say this. So you started doing Mary Kay, and you're going to have friends or family who say, oh my gosh, you started doing Mary Kay, I'll do a party for you. And that's awesome. Like, book the party. And then you're going to have people who say, oh my gosh, you started Mary Kay, like, I'm not going to have one of those parties for you. And I'll tell you what to say to those people too, okay, how you can work that. And then you have people in your life where you say, Rachel, remember that nice thing I did for you? Now I need you to have a Mary Kay party for me. And so you got those two like easies. But when there's going to be a time where you feel like you might need to sound a little bit more professional, and that's what we're going to talk about now, okay? So let me share my screen with you because I have some scripts here that I have used over and over and over and over, and they work super well. And I can't, oh, here it is. Here's the share screen button. Okay, so this is what I want. All right, so if these are on Facebook, and you can find them in our group. If you are not in Stacy Craft's $1 Million Hotshot group, then you need to be, and let me know so we can put you in there. But I've got two scripts here under photos, so you can find these in the photo section. And the first one is for telephone booking. And I guess the biggest question that I would ask yourself is, how do you communicate with the person that you're getting ready to book? Do you communicate with her over the phone? Do you text her? And if she's somebody that maybe you haven't like connected with in a while, then I would make a phone call first. And if you have to leave a message, say, hey, I'm going to text you about something really fun, and follow up with a text. Okay, that's how I like to handle it. Also, we're not going to spend time on this tonight, but just know that sometimes people need 2 or 3 attempts in booking, like that you contact them before you might get that booking. And so we're going to keep a track, like you're going to take your contact list and you're going to make notes of if you texted her or called her or whatever. So don't be disappointed if sometimes people like say no because somebody else is going to say yes, or sometimes people say later because somebody else is going to say sure, and you're going to do it right now. But just know that it works out in the numbers, and as we go along, I'll teach you how to follow up with them, okay? So this first one is a phone booking script, and let's say that I was calling Rachel, and I would say, hey, Rachel, this is Stacy. Do you have a minute? And she's saying yes, but she's muted, so you can't hear her. And I'd say, great, I'm calling because okay, you might want to insert this because I made this as a generic script for everybody. But I'd say, I'm calling because I just started my Mary Kay business, and my first challenge is to do 30 faces this month, and I wanted to see if I could borrow your face. It won't take long, and I'll have a coupon for you for $10 off a $20 purchase as a thank you for your time. What would be better for you, daytime or evening? Now, don't stop talking until you finish the whole thing. Like until you say daytime or, oh, it says that right there. Don't stop talking until you completed the whole script. Daytime or evening. Because then her choice, because you're not going to ask her if she wants to do it. We're going to assume that she wants to do it, right? Because it's fun, it's easy, she's going to get a free coupon, and it sounds like fun. So that's what I would say. And most people will say, oh, daytime would be better, or evening. And then you have your pre-marked date book where you can tell them a couple times you have available, and you set the date. Sound good? And then when you set the date, you go to the second box where it says, you know, Rachel, what most people like to do is have a couple friends join them for this. It's super fun, and it's actually just as easy for me to do 3 to 4 faces as it is 1. If you would like to have a couple friends join you, you would actually get an extra coupon for each person who comes for helping me reach my goal faster. Got anyone you think might like a free facial? And Rachel's probably like, yeah, I think I might be able to get some of the girls from work, or my mom or my sister. And now remember that when you guys are making these calls, you're calling people that you already know. So I might already know that Rachel works in a doctor's office with a few few other ladies. And so I might say, why don't you bring the girls from work? Or could you invite them over? Or I might know Rachel's mom, Rachel's sister, Rachel's best friend. And I'd say, why don't you invite like your mom and your sister and your best friend, the people I just mentioned. So while in the beginning you're working with people that you know, you can ask them, you can specifically ask them to bring people that you know, okay? So that is the phone script. Now let me explain the coupon for just a minute. This is what I like to use as her hostess credit. You'll see different hostess brochures from time to time, but I'm gonna give her $10 off a $20 purchase as a thank you for her time. And for each person who joins her, she's gonna get another coupon for introducing me to them. So if she has 4 people there, then she could get $40 off of 80. So it's kind of like a bit of a half price type scenario. All right, let's click over to the texting script. And it looks like this. And if you text with people, then this works really great also. Just remember that phone is always better. You know what I mean? But I completely understand, and I personally work this business, and I know that sometimes you just can't catch people on the phone. So this script, what I would encourage you to do is put it in the notes of your phone. I have it in the notes because then you can copy and paste it and change the people's names. So this says, hi Becky, it's Stacy Kraft, about to ask you for something that's pretty painless, so hold your breath. And you guys can put emojis in these too. I'm working on a huge goal this month for my Mary Kay business, that is the one part that I would tweak. I just started my Mary Kay business and I have a huge goal to do 30 faces and get opinions of our skincare sets. Now, if you guys want to do the 15 and 15, then that's fine. You just change it. They're amazing, and I immediately thought of you and wondered when you have time to get together. Won't take long, and I have a coupon for you to spend for your time. It's $10 off a $20 purchase. We can even do it at my house if that works better for you. Now, if you don't want to hold your appointments at your house, it's okay. Take that part out. Trying to book all my models today, so huge favor, can you let me know as soon as you get this message? I like to put that on there so that people tend to reply sooner on a text, because sometimes, you know, it's easy to see a text and then maybe you just glanced at it while you were at a stoplight. Well, you can't reply. Or maybe you're at work and you can't reply. So, but that helps them get back. So after she replies, you go to the little box where it says, great, this is the next thing that you send her. Great, we pick a 1-hour window that works best for you. I have an opening on Thursday at 6:30 or Saturday at 11. Do either of those work for you? And only give her 2 options, and then you nail down a date. If she says neither of those work, then you could send her a different one. So then the third one says, okay, you're confirmed as one of my 30 pampering sessions this month on Saturday at 3. You rock. Oh, and you can invite 2 to 5 others to join you. It would help me get to 30 faster, and you can even earn extra coupons. What you think? Got anyone that might want a free facial? So it's really pretty similar, but it's just in a text form. All right, so let me unshare my screen. And there you are, we're back. Okay, so that is, that's how you book, is you just ask people. And what I would encourage you to do, if you've created your contact list, and your contact list is an ongoing thing, like you're gonna think of more people, but let's say you've got 100 people on your contact list, maybe take a third of it and send out, 20, I know 20 is not a third of 100, but like send out 20, 30 texts to those first group of people, and then work with the replies on them, and then you can send some more later, because you'll get a lot of replies, but start to send those out and send so many or make so many calls with that. And you're gonna start to get booked up. So you guys are gonna have an assignment between today and next week's call, and that is to send like 10 texts a day or 10 phone calls a day. That's kind of your little challenge or your assignment to start to book your perfect or power start. You might have it booked much sooner than sending 10 a day over the next few days, and that's totally fine, but we wanna start to get that booked up. So in your notes, one of your assignments is to tell me which one you're going for, your goal of a perfect or power start. And then the second one is to start initiating and booking people. Now, we'll keep in touch on Voxer, and you can text me if you want to, but let's talk about Voxer for just a minute. If you haven't downloaded Voxer yet, it is like my favorite thing, because you, oh, somebody sent me a Voxer message. You can, please know that you can call me anytime, you can text me anytime, but I know that sometimes it's challenging to catch another person at where they can talk, and sometimes you want to say more than you're going to say with a text. So Voxer is a free app. It's V as in Victor, O-X-E-R. No, you can't see this. It's this little orange guy right here. But what it does is it allows us to talk back and forth without having to catch each other at home. And so I love it. So if some of you guys have been on Voxer with me, some of you haven't, but we're gonna like track and see how your booking is going through Voxer. The next thing is that I want to talk about for just a few minutes is your second P. We talked about the Perfect or Power Start, and we want to talk about the Pearls of Sharing. So the Pearls of Sharing is what helps you teach people about the opportunity and about the business. And what is going to happen is people start learning about you doing your Mary Kay businesses, or you start doing your appointments, is they're going to say, hey, like, how is that going? Or how does that work? Or do you make any money at Mary Kay? They're just going to ask you questions that you may or may not know how to answer. And so the Pearls program helps you do just that. And so you actually earn jewelry also. When we do your first 3 sharing appointments, which we can try to do live, or we can do them through Zoom like this, then you earn your pearl earrings. This is in your like same time frame as you're working on your Power Start. When you do your like number 4 through 6, then you earn your pearl bracelet. And when you add your first team member, or you do 7 through 9, then you earn your pearl necklace. Now it's likely that you're gonna add 1 or 2 team members before we get to that, because Mary Kay is so awesome. But what I want your assignment to be for today is that you're gonna give me your five or 6 names of women that you would love to have on your team, so we can schedule those practice sharing appointments and get that going. So just think like, oh my gosh, I love her. Like, you don't know if she'd do Mary Kay or not. And honestly, you guys, it really doesn't make that much difference if they would ever do it or not. Because the thing is people that you think wouldn't are interested, and people that you think would might not be interested. So that's a crazy mess. Just leave that alone. And just think about people that you like, they're nice, they're fun, you'd like to have them on your team. And something good always comes from these conversations. They'll be, at the very least, they'll be more supportive of your Mary Kay business, and they may even be booking a party, or they might be your new team member. So just kind of put on your assignments, send Stacy the names of people that you'd love to share with, so we can get that part going. And there's one more thing I want to point you to that is that I would like for you to watch before we jump back on next week. And that is, there's a couple things I want you to grab off of my website. Now, I have a unit app, and you can go to your app store and you can search, somebody do this and tell me, because I can't remember. I can't remember if you search Stacy Craft app, or if you search Craft Champion app. I just can't remember. And I have it in my welcome packet. I need to go and look, but I don't remember. And the thing about when you put craft in there is you get a lot of Minecraft stuff. So that's why if you circle it exactly right, if you search it exactly right, then you get it. Okay. I want to show you one more thing that I want you guys to maybe start to look at before tomorrow, or not tomorrow, before next week. And that is so anyway, I told you how to website. So you can see my screen again, right? Like, Rachel, I can see your face, not if you can see my screen. Yeah? Okay. On my website, it's stacycraft.net, and it looks like this. Oh, no, it looks like this. When you log in, and then you just hit enter website and go down to resources, and you'll find this page. Right here is our flip chart. And it gives you instructions on how to print the flip chart. And the flip chart takes you page by page through a appointment. And it makes it super easy for you to do your appointments and for you to do your skincare parties. And so you will want to take a look at that and get that printed. And on here, it even tells you how you can order a flip chart binder, so you can set it up at your parties. And then in our group, sorry, a bunch of other stuff going on there. In our group, in the discussion, I need to pin this to the top. If you scroll back a couple weeks ago, that's a long way. This is probably making you dizzy. There is a video of me doing a party. That was last week. This is me doing an individual consultation. So you can watch this video right here from 2 weeks ago. But if you go, that's the same one. This is actually the longer one, and the other one's Q&A. And I need to pin these. So I may go back and pin these to the top. But like 3 weeks ago at our meeting, there it is. I will pin this to the top so it'll be easy to find. Okay, so if you're on a phone, if you guys don't know this, if you're on a phone, when you get into our group, there'll be a thing that says view pinned post. And for right now, you can, it'll be pinned at the top of this so you can find it easily. But you can watch me, here's the little flip chart. You can watch me doing a mock party at our meeting. So if you take a look at that between now and next week, then that's gonna make things like click along faster, and you'll know what you'll be using when you start doing your appointments. Okay, so let me stop all of this and stop the recording. Bye everybody on the recording.